And action! It's a wrap.
At 4 years old, you decide you want to become an actress.
Mm-hmm.
But now you are a producer.
Yes.
So what changed?
I became an actor because I love the stage and I love theatre and I love classical theatre. So I went to Guildhall, so it was a classical drums training. I didn't do any musical theatre. Well, we did one musical because that's part of the training, but it was never an intention to have music in my life in that sense. And I left drama school, got an agent straight away, and my first 4 jobs were telly, which was lovely for the bank balance. But as it often happens, you fall into the box, you get put in a box. And telly and film was pretty much all I did. In my 9 years of acting, I was on stage 3 times. And I remember I was doing a TV series for Sky, which was incredibly popular, but not the most artistically strong piece of work, let's say. And I went in originally to do 3 episodes, and it was the first. And this, I'm not taking any credit for this, but our episode, the culmination of our 3 episodes, was the first time Sky had ever hit 1 million viewers with anything. So the storyline was obviously very well received. So they wrote me back in for the rest of the series. And at episode 28, I suddenly thought, this isn't what I signed up for. This is, I'm meant to be playing Ophelia at the RSC, and yet I'm
something with depth.
Yeah. So and I was just about to turn 30, and there were I just thought, and it wasn't that I wasn't enjoying the job, the day-to-day job, great, but the idea of it and the career path and if I'm having this conversation at 30, can I honestly see myself having the same conversation when I'm about to turn 40? And it suddenly seemed a bit ridiculous. So at the end of that contract, I wrote to my agent and said, I've had enough, I've stopped, with no idea what I was going to do next.
Oh, so you just literally...
I just decided I didn't want more of the same. And I think we do make decisions, don't we, at big milestones, turning big birthdays or things like that. But I just said I need to not be doing this. I need to not be having this conversation with myself again. So I stopped.
So what was the inner impulse then to? How did you discover producing in what you do now?
I don't think most of us know what producers are or what producers do until you're in a situation where you are either working with or meeting producers. And certainly being a lot in telly, producers in television, 10% of the job's the same, but a completely different job. So not being around the theatre, I didn't know. And I think a lot of people think producers direct. A lot of people have, or think they just sit in an office and write checks. And so I didn't know that was what I was going to do. I knew I wanted to get back to the theatre somehow. And I also knew, and this is, somebody told me this once and it sort of stuck, and I sort of love it, even though it's hugely insulting. I'm an anal retentive megalomaniac control freak.
Would you repeat that?
Anal retentive megalomaniac control freak. I mean, I'm very disappointed about the megalomaniac bit, although it's part of the truth. So, and I think a lot of actors miss is control and being in charge of their own destiny and their own careers. So somehow I knew that I wanted to do something that had control, and I wanted to do something that brought me back to the theatre. And it was sort of a very windy route to get there, but a friend of mine was directing a play, or had just directed a play that had been very successful. They wanted to go on and do another play, and the lead producer left. And so I sort of stepped in. And for me, it just looked like, I'm proofing a programme, and I'm organising a press night, and I'm making sure everyone turns up to auditions and that sort of thing. And by the end, I thought, I think apart from raising the money, I think I've just produced a show. I thought, this is easy. And that was sort of the beginning of it. And then, a million things happened in between that period and starting the chocolate factory. But yeah, that was the start of it.
And you find joy in it as well.
Absolutely, because it's creative.
Yeah.
There's this new term that's sort of over the last 10 years or so that's come up, which is a creative producer, which I think is a little bit of an anomaly, because anyone who works in theatre in some form is creative. It also slightly suggests, I think there are some people who call themselves creative producers because they're not financial producers, so they just do the art side of it. Yeah. But no, it allows me to fulfil all the boxes that I wanted ticked when I first went into it, without having to learn all those lines and do it every night, which is joy. There's something very nice about going, excellent, press night, well done everyone, see you in 6 weeks. Go make me some money.